Hey everyone, welcome back to another video of Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. And in this video, we are going to do the 32nd World Tournament. And I want to go ahead and grind up to the 30 times XP. Let's skip all that. So here we are, the rewards. So you have Khalifa here. And then I believe Kale is in, I believe, the rewards. And then we still have Yamcha here for those who don't have him yet. But anyway, let's go ahead and participate. So in this video, we're going to go from 2.5 all the way to the 30. So let's see. Should come as no surprise what leader I'm going to use. It's going to be this Broly, and then we're going to go ahead and do this. So I believe all my units should be extreme. Alright, so much like the friend unit, I too will be using Broly as a leader. And now I've seen people, they use Fat Boo, and that's totally fine. However, I'm going to use that Broly as my second AoE. So pretty much these two Brolys are going to be the two units that are essentially going to be doing the damage for me. And then bring in that Frieza. And there's Janemba. So pretty much these are like my, what I call my shields, who, help me out with, taking attacks and stuff. And last, I'm going to be bringing my two supports. So pretty much like in theory, the rotations would be a shield, one of the attackers essentially a sword, and then there he is, and then a support unit to help me out. Now, as far as items, Ghost Ushers are definitely important here. And then also Fruit of Might. And let's see. Also, let's do that. And I'm also going to bring Poor just for the LR SCR Broly. So these are the items I'm going to bring. And let's get started. Yeah, I kind of just wanted to explain to you guys as well that strategy for that. Alright, so here we are, and look at that, we got the I called it just the exact setup I wanted. Is I have a shield up front, my sword coming up, and then a support. It's certainly not going to reach Turles, so I'm not worried about him getting a super attack. And even though this is just, the minimal difficulty right now, this certainly applies for when we're at the maximum difficulty, is having that Frieza take an attack. And then, as you see, we just go through the competition here. Alright, so now I just gotta be careful. I'm taking a risk here. Okay, good. Alright, and sure enough, just exactly like that. Alright, so Janeva's not going to get a super. That's fine. But once again, this Broly will take care of it for us. Yeah, and because it's so good that Janemba guards against all attacks. It's a really good unit. But also, when you guys play World Tournament, you also have to be very aware, especially in the preliminary stages, of how off, when you hit a number at the bottom, how it affects the rest of the board. So that is always just something to be weary and mindful of. Yeah, no, it shouldn't matter that Frieza, whether Frieza gets a super or not. All right, even SCR Broly gets a super attack, but again, at this stage, he won't need it at all. And so, looks like this is gonna take care of the preliminary stage. And just like that, this is why these two Broly AOE Brolys are very good. They specifically thrive in World Tournament. And we're just getting Dragon Stones and prizes like crazy, which is awesome. And again, I want to go for the lesser Brolys. I certainly don't want to expend. Oh, look at that! We got a bonus stage. Yeah, I usually go for the lower Brolys right from the start, just because I don't want to expend the rainbows. Oh, great! So we don't get any of our. But honestly, this is fine. Usually the bonus stages, I never really have to worry about the enemy like with a massive super attack or anything like that. And even then, they're all going to Frieza, so that's fine by me. Now, in a previous video, I talked about Super Saiyan 3 Goku, but I think I mentioned the fact that with Super Saiyan 3 Goku, I accidentally used him to unlock the top left corner, and that and the the Tech Frieza that you guys just saw, unfortunately, also has that problem. I've only pulled one dupe, and I accidentally pulled top left. Only because I think Elder Kais were so scarce back then. I didn't think I would bring it up to super attack level 10. So yeah, I kind of just dropped the ball on that. So yeah, I've been wanting to get another copy, although not with the coins. So so he right now has just top left dude for the longest time. All right, and I just noticed that this opponent here has STR Cooler, which is pretty nice, because I think that STR Cooler is a fantastic support, and I probably would have put him on this team if I had him, but that's totally fine. All right. So I am gonna just take a gamble here. So normally I wouldn't do this because of type disadvantage there. But again, because the difficulty is so low, thankfully that should not be much of a factor. So hopefully, this Broly should be able to take out the entire stage as well. Yeah, usually when facing type disadvantage, the opponent usually survives, so then you're kind of in trouble. A lot of times I'm usually I'm hoping I get a critical. And so now here's the finals of the Pee Wee League. And so here we go. And then always on the lookout, just like how we got in that second stage, for those bonuses. So I think they're all right. So now let's do this. So I'm always looking for the what is it? The godly one. There's like a godly one. There's I think it's called I think it's God Rush, and then it's I think another one's called Dokkan Rush. And then I think I'm pretty sure they added one that's like LR Rush, if I'm not mistaken. Alright, so that's one victory under our belts. And then we have some Dragon Stones. I can't help it, but I want to claim them, so 669. So I got some 4 Dragon Stones right there. That's pretty cool. Alright, let's keep going. So unlock the 3 times. And again, that's still, little to no difficulty, so it's fine. Alright, so let's go through it. And okay, so this is a much bigger board. So I'm gonna hit a 6, and let's see where everyone. Okay, see, that's what I'm talking about right there. So if whenever I see 2 units, 2 enemies get too close, I have to make my way over there, because I don't want to risk losing points by having the enemies face each other and take each other out. So that's kind of why I wanted to survey the scene and see how close the enemies got to one another. So yeah, always just be mindful about that. So yeah, on a bigger stage like this, yeah, that's why I usually think it's okay to let's see that. Usually, for the most part, consider it okay to hit a 6, because normally on a smaller stage I wouldn't. But yeah, the just the numbers on the board also play a role. And yeah, see, like these Broly's are so good. If you don't have one, I would say to pick one up during the 5th year anniversary. Now, at the time of this recording, it's March, and so I know the anniversary isn't until July, but for things like World Tournament, I would definitely recommend picking up this physical Broly. And or hopefully by then, if you tried to summon and you couldn't pull them, I would certainly hope that you have enough red coins saved up to buy them. And of course, he comes for me of a second priority under the Dokkan Fest LRs. But of course, those are your coins. You're able to spend them however you like. But for this World Tournament, things like this Broly are very, very, very helpful. So I believe I was told that it's actually pretty important um, for your opponent, I guess. Like as far as like when it comes to points, the higher the tier your enemies are, the more points you'll get. And the reason I have to point that out is because they had SR Chaozu and SR Chaozu and oh, I forgot that time patroller's name. Oh, Jocko. So I think them we may get just a little bit less points than say if the Jocko and Chaozu were an LRs in their place. But that's all right. We're still steady grinding here. And let's see. So it's always funny whenever you have to like chase an enemy. Oh, and that's actually another thing too to bring up is that you got to be careful how you step on these on the spaces within the World Tournament board. So, because I believe for the most part, if you try to pursue the enemy for the most part will pursue you back. However, the minute you start going hunting for the medals or items that are on the stages, I believe that's when the enemy also starts to run off, and then you end up playing this game of cat and mouse with the enemy on board. And so I think there was one time where I may have I was chasing him around so much that the round ended for me, and thankfully I won just because I was stepping, choosing the biggest numbers at the bottom. But yeah, that was one of those things where it's like just be careful running off and trying to pick up an item, because it could certainly make you regret it later. So yeah, again, just another one of those little nuances and things to keep an eye on when you're doing World Tournament is I usually just do my best to try to just strictly go after the enemy. I mean, at some point, there's going to be times where you're just surrounded by medals, and I think you can't help that. But if you're at a stage where there's only like one medal and you specifically go for it, then I think you'll end up paying for it. All right, so this is a pretty decent sized one. So thankfully there shouldn't be too much of a high risk for, of course you got it. Okay, so let's do 1, 2, 3. Okay, so no matter where I go, because I'm thinking about that Broly 3 spaces away, because I certainly don't want it to compromise the other exposed enemy we have over there. But I guess we'll just wait and see how that plays out. All right. And again, thankfully, this the difficulty right now is still set fairly low. And so, usually it's right now it's fine to have that the enemy out. Okay, good. It came for me, which was good. So that's a relief. All right, and so now we're just gonna take care of the enemy as such. And if you guys ever pull dupes of, say, this Broly and or the World Tournament Broly, I would certainly emphasize critical attacks over additionals. Well, because for starters, Broly has a guaranteed additional node in the hidden potential system, so um, you'll be fine for the most part to get a chance to shoot an additional attack because he's a physical unit, and so yeah, I would say prioritize critical attacks. But again, that's just me, um, and my take on these two Broly's here: the strength and the physical, I should say. Yeah. All right, and then as you guys see here, this is pretty much how I anticipate. Excuse me. How I anticipate the rest of the World Tournament going. Um, just grinding it up. And I would say, when you run out of stamina, don't be afraid to draw. I would say for me, don't be afraid to. Yeah, see what I mean here? So, you're gonna get an item, well, for the most part. So, do not go left or right. Again, I would just go straight ahead. Because if you were to go left or right, then you start playing this game of cat and mouse that you just do not want to play. So that's kind of what I meant. Is don't go off, try to chase items, even though I'm sure you could use them. Ooh, that's probably kind of hard, even for minimal difficulty. So yeah, I certainly won't be able to take that kind of a hit in the later stages. That's probably when I would have like a Frieza or Janemba in that first slot and take that attack. Because especially I noticed that STR LR Broly, like if you're hit by that on the enemy side, it hits really hard. Just a normal attack may potentially take you out. But alright, let's see. And again, see, so surrounded by metals, so obviously you're gonna be forced to get one, and now the game of cat and mouse begins. Oh, thankfully it ended really quickly. Okay, so let's do this. And again, when we get to higher difficulties, you'll see you'll kind of see the way that I structure, my rotations and, the possible necessity to use an item. So you'll see that come into play fairly soon. But right now, we're able to kind of breeze through it. Let's see. And again, because it's minimal difficulty, I don't want to use that high of a unit. And perfect. Oh, of course I don't have my AoE units here. It's peachy. You know what? Let's do that. Let's have Janemba take out Vegeta. And Cooler can do a thing. Alright, so yeah, every time I use this Frieza, I just get like a soft spot because I'm like, darn, I should have used bottom right path. Yeah, that SS3 Vegeta is actually also another good option as a tank. Oh, great. Yeah, now you guys can't even flex. But that's okay. But, yeah, that Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta is actually another good option. um, yeah, for taking attacks because it does it very well. So if you have STR Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, I would certainly say, put him on your team. Alright, so got 3 wins. Can't help but want to claim everything. Get 3 more Dragon Stones. Because I think during this run, I'm probably going to run out of stamina, and that's okay. So there's 5. So we're coming up quick. Sort of. Yeah, I'm going to try to start blasting through this World Tournament here. So let's see what we can do here. Now again, this is one of those things. Okay, well, I was gonna say, have to be mindful of how far I go, but thankfully, since my enemies are chasing me, then the hard part's already done. Let's just do this. All right, and yeah, we should be able to breeze through this first round here. Again, I think because and that was a crit too. But yeah, I think just because right now the levels are still significantly low, we're kind of able to just freely, take out these units here. Now this is LR Broly's dream come true, is the fact that he has both support units here for him. So I think that's awesome. Also with STR Broly, you also got to be mindful too between using your 12 key and your 18 key super, given that the 18 key super only targets one enemy and then the 12 targets all. But of course, the great thing about LR STR Broly is that he'll perform 2 super attacks. Of course, as long as you give him enough ki for a super attack. And so the second one will always be the 12 key super. But that's something you have to always just consider and keep in mind how you're going to use that first one, whether it's the 12 or the 18. Normally, I just try to use the 12 always. The rare exception would be maybe if I'm targeting an AGL unit that just has too much HP on the 30 times on the 30 time difficulty stage. So yeah, just one thing to kind of keep in mind. Let's see. Okay, good. I was just hoping that they would have run off, so thankfully that didn't happen. Alright, and then this should be another solid victory right here. And yeah, like, even if you guys don't have LR Broly, I certainly hope that you guys are able to use a friend a Broly, so that way you guys are kind of able to get through these rounds of the tournaments pretty easily. And yep, let's go ahead. We'll drop a Dragon Stone. I know, yes, I am saving for the 5th year anniversary and all that, but that's fine. Just usually because the World Tournaments offer quite a bit of Dragon Stones, so excuse me. So for the most part, it's very it's a solid return on investment, for dropping a Dragon Stone, because usually when you complete the missions here, offer you a bunch of Dragon Stones in return, because I think what we got like about 8 dragon stones within those first like 3 go arounds. So, um, dropping one isn't too bad. So, yeah, I certainly don't mind doing that. So, um, as far as refilling stamina, dropping Dragonstone, it's really not a big deal. And again, right now, just because the difficulty is still fairly low, I do feel comfortable, just throwing one of my regular units out front to take a hit. And there we go, just like that. Alright, so now get to the final. Again, I don't want to use a serious Broly. Oh, that was a lot of LRs I saw. So, let's see. Now here we go. Yeah, see, this is for real. And now got him. So that's what, 4 LRs. That's pretty good. So, looks like I don't want to mess this opportunity up. So we're just gonna do it like this, even though. Yeah, even though that I'm hoping this Frieza takes out this STR Broly. Okay, I think he did. But yeah, even usually on the 30 times difficulty stage, I try to make sure that doesn't happen where STR is targeting my physical Broly. So, alright, but look at that. That's another stage done. And I'm sure. And then also there's, that's right, I totally forgot. There's also the, alright, so no Dragonstone there. But there's also the daily missions, where, okay, well, no, that's just clearing 3 stages, that's fine. It looks like, the daily win once, twice, 3 times. It looks like there's some other rewards I haven't claimed. Oh, nice. So winning it 4 times, 3 times, 2 times, and once. So these are some pretty good rewards. Yeah, this is and then I'm gonna claim these. Yeah, I know you guys want me to maybe hit accept all, but I'm gonna hold those there for now, because the 7 unit Extreme Z Awakening, I didn't do all of them yet, so I'd rather just claim them all at once. As weird as that sounds, that's just kind of how I want to go about that one. Okay, now this is going to be interesting. So now you got to be very, very mindful what numbers you press and how everyone goes. So I'm gonna hit the 4 and try to land in the center. I have a feeling that this Broly and this Turles are probably gonna throw down, because they're probably gonna chase that. So, or maybe I should see now, like, doubting myself. Maybe I should hit the 5. Let's see. Let's hit the 5. Oh, good. Okay. Well, I guess that takes the worry out of me. So that thankfully worked out a lot better, because I just kind of want to make sure don't lose points when doing the world tournaments, because um, every point counts, especially with trying to get your ranking as high as possible. Because you know, it's one thing to let a couple go, but after a while, especially when you've been grinding a lot, those it tends to add up. So I certainly don't want to try to get accustomed to just letting points go and letting my enemies attack each other. Um, that's why I kind of just have a very, very weary mindset of just where everyone's gonna go, I guess, on the board during preliminary. But look at that. I guess they're looking at me like I'm the prize. So nothing wrong with that. So let's just go ahead and take everyone down here. And yeah, in the comments, guys, if you guys want to let me know, are you gonna grind this world tournament for the Kale and Khalifa, or are you guys just gonna maybe only just do the mission part, or maybe you don't like world tournament at all? Yeah, but let me know how you guys are gonna go about this. Kind of based on what I've seen, it seems like this Kale and Khalifa are probably some of the best world tournament rewards that I guess we'll probably get. At least not ever forever, but I think that as time goes on, the world tournament prizing gets better. Oh, let me get yes. The pricing gets better. The units that come out are pretty solid. So, yeah, so I think, they always try to up the ante on world tournament units, because you certainly don't want to go grind a unit if, it's not going to be all that great, or, I guess just a trophy nowadays. So, but I think the Kale and the Khalifa are probably worth a decent grind. But yeah, let me know how far you guys are gonna go. And as far as the length of the video, I kind of consider that, well, if you're gonna watch someone on stream do it, then why not treat this as a stream? I mean, I can't interact with you in real time as I'm recording this, but I still certainly don't mind interacting, at least in the comment section and things like that. So, let me know how you guys are performing in this world tournament, or if you're gonna bother or not bother. Yeah, I certainly wouldn't mind hearing from you guys. And you know what's interesting? So, as far as the quote unquote local rewards, so I guess I consider me gullible, but I genuinely thought that those local rewards meant, were based on and the people that were on that list were based on people that I guess lived within your city. And the reason I say that is because I have a couple roommates who I convinced to pick up this game, and now they play it regularly too. And we were all trying to look for each other on the local standings, but we couldn't, and so I guess I was a little perplexed by that. And so yeah, I guess that pretty much kind of just confirms that just because it says local rewards, I don't think it means people within your geographical area. Um, so, um, yeah, so I kind of have come, excuse me, have come to the understanding about that. Do apologize for any yawning and things like that. I am recording this first thing in the morning. I was trying to do this the night before, like right when it launched. However, I don't think this game has took into consideration daylight savings time. So I think so. I just went to bed, and so I woke up, you know, with with bad breath and all, and just said, "All right, I'm doing the world tournament right now." And see, this is that. All right, so now the cat and mouse game is over, but yeah, see, the cat and mouse game certainly exists within this world tournament here. Okay, so I'm thinking how do I want to go about this? Because I could, you know what? We'll just do this. Even though you're gonna be overflowing with key, I think it'll be fine. Yeah, that's a lot of key. But that's all right. Yeah, geez, it's quite a hit there. But yeah, as you guys will see, this STR Broly has 2 supers, and yes, I know I targeted a physical unit with the 18 key, which was a bit much, but yeah, see, there was no problems there. There was no AGL units from what I saw, so I figured it was alright. Alright, got the 5 wins, so now yeah, but I would say if you're gonna do this tournament, at least do at least 5 in a row. Look at that, got 3. So now I think that's 11 Dragon Stones that I've gotten from this tournament, and again, I've only fed it 1 in return. Make that 13. And some other things too. So 13 Dragon Stones. So yeah, I think it's a pretty good return on investment. You wasting a Dragon Stone or 2 to in place get at least like 13 of them. Oh, there's a bonus. Okay, so usually when it comes to those bonuses, oh boy, okay, this is risky. I was gonna say, usually when it comes to those bonuses, I just let the enemies bash their brains in. Darn, this is gonna be unfortunate. Yeah, see, I should have maybe just hit the 1. Great. Okay, they're still alive. That's good. All right, you can claim. That's fine. I'll save you for later. All right, so now I think when it comes down to the 10 times difficulty, certainly do have to be a little more mindful of it. I am taking a bit of a gamble here, in hoping that this Broly can take a hit from that Broly, and he does. Okay, so now the rest of it should be a breeze as usual, although we will have to be cautious of the typing now. So let's go ahead and just target you. So yeah, and I think now you're gonna start seeing the emphasis. So now Janemba is purposely placed right there. So that way he can absorb and or dodge these attacks. Oh, look at that. He's really taking care of business there. And then usually, yeah, because Janemba, like if he gets attacked, even if he dodges, yeah, he raises his attack, at least that one time, and then yeah, he has no problem, really going off on people. All right, so good, that paid off. Yeah, usually with these bonuses, I'm not too worried about playing cat and mouse or anything like that, but yeah, this should just be quick easy run here. But yeah, I'm always looking for those bonus enemies, and thankfully this one isolated itself. Because the last thing I want is an enemy to attack this, because those are my bonus points. Like, don't you dare take them away from me. So yeah, like I said, any and all bonus points count. So um, just something I guess to be mindful of. And yes, do that. Like I said, the name. Oh, great. Okay, so this is how we're gonna do it. So we're just gonna be chasing. Okay, not for long, but that's good. And again, I think I'm gonna start being more mindful of the enemies and their attacking. So yeah, I think that is probably the best move. Is just maybe start transitioning now and into the more careful setup on a rotation. Whereas you guys saw that Janemba, um, for the most part, was able to take that hit. And of course, if you guys recall, that's why I also brought a Ghost Usher. That way, in case I, no, let's just finish the round. I was gonna claim that Dragonstone because I'm Dragonstone hungry, but that could wait for now. But yeah, I think it's a matter of like start now. Like is a good time. You guys are seeing on the 10 times difficulty to start being mindful of the rotations, um, because you really never know when you'll be facing a super attack. So um, I mean, it's one of those things where you won't know till it's too late. So it's just one of those things I'm always just trying to be mindful of. And so thankfully we didn't have anyone attacking in that opening slot. So it's paying off for us very well. And just like that, took out that enemy. And there was a lot of critical hits there. So yeah, it's always good to land those. So I always usually try to advocate for criticals on your AoE units. And as far as my Broly also has just one dupe in it. I was trying to hope for 2 dupes when I was trying to summon for it, but just having the 1 dupe works out for me. Alright, so we can go ahead and do this. And yeah, this should be another. Oh yeah, see, I figured that Vegeta would survive, but That's why I'm glad that, I have my other units that'll have my back. But yeah, see, now as we progress, it may not just be an easy just wash all the way through. So it's also got to be mindful of everything here. Oh, it's 5 Dragon Souls. That's real good. So now we get into 15. So we're starting to really creep up on the difficulties here. So, all right. So we got a big playing field. So we have a lot of ground to cover. And again, this kind of helps me. Oh, of course. Great. Now I have to go chase these two down, because I don't want to lose that many points, because now they're going to stay stuck on each other. Well, but thankfully, I rolled the dice low enough. Okay. And this is worrisome right here, but I'm going to go for it. Certainly hope. Well, first of all, I'm really glad that I grabbed a Broly with 2 dupes. I'm hoping that we could either land a critical or an additional, or just can take it out in one hit. When we get to that 30 times difficulty, I know for a fact we won't be able to pull that off. But that's fine. Thankfully, we're still able to get away with some shenanigans here. Let's see. No, let's just keep it like this. Yeah, because I want that Broly to get just a small bit of key support right there. But yeah, so I guess, you just want to get this. You just want to make sure your enemies don't, bash each other's brains in, because I've, had the misfortune of seeing that happen and just, watching points wither away. Alright, so thankfully right now this should be light work, but we'll see. I'm actually curious to see if this Broly can take out the STR Broly without a crit. I think he got through him, but we'll see. Yeah, he did. Okay. So at least we could still get away with some shenanigans for now. But as you guys are seeing that I'm starting to be a little more mindful of what's going on. All right. And at this point, I may start. Oh, great! Here we go, cat and mouse game. I may start being more. I guess what's the word I'm looking for? I guess more aware of the friend units that I bring, because, for example, this one only had 1 dupe, even though the preliminary had 2. I think we could still get away with just a dupe, but I may probably start prioritizing Broly's with 2 dupes in them. And see, I'm guessing STR Broly survived. He did. Yep. So, I guess that's, again, something to kind of keep in mind. It looks like a 1 dupe STR or 1 dupe physical Broly friend may not be able to fully do the job. So yeah, let's start grabbing the ones with 2 dupes. And I am worried about that. Let's see, but okay, never mind. I just didn't want the enemy to run off. Okay, so I this is a gamble, so I'm gonna do it. Um, just because I feel like right now we could get away with it. Um, if I don't and I fail, then I guess that's where we'll probably just call it a video. Um, and then I'll just have to reattempt this, and this could be. I don't think I got him. Of course, I get crits right after the fact, but wow, yeah. Okay, so thankfully, we can still take a hit. I mean, barely, but yeah. See, look at that. We certainly took some damage there. Um, yeah, so that was certainly a gamble and a risk. Um, so yeah, it's a matter of just being a little more mindful of how you go about this. And so right off the gate, I already know that STR. And you know what? In cases like this, yep, we just use a Ghost Usher. Because at this point, you don't want to run that risk. And I think I just learned, my lesson. Not to underestimate the opponents. Oh, well, I ended up getting a critical on that Vegeta, which is good. Oh, but looks like their Broly still survived. And got it. Okay. But yeah, as you guys are seeing now, it's it's a much more serious grind, I guess. And again, just let me get more Dragon Stones. We always take those. Yeah, I think maybe by the end of the tournament, I may have over the 700 mark, which would be great. Alright, so now just a couple more grinds. For those of you that have tuned in to staying this far, I certainly appreciate you guys. Like this video. If you are enjoying this, grind, maybe learning, couple tips and tricks here and there. Give me a, if you want to subscribe, feel free to do so. Excuse me. And yeah, stay tuned for more content. But yeah, if you guys have made it this far, I mean, again, I appreciate you, and it does mean a lot. So now let's get into this. I thought that this was when I saw it was an intelligence unit, I for some reason thought it was cooler, but thankfully it was Janemba. So we're able to kind of use our sword and shield strategy the way I intended it to. Alright, so now let's just gotta be careful. Now I could have gone around the horn and hold that off. Okay, so here is an ideal rotation. So now I still technically am taking a gamble here, because that STR Broly, if he super attacks, he is an attack on everyone. So thankfully he didn't, so that's good. And as well as the physical. If the physical is an enemy and he super attacks, he attacks everyone. So yeah, you will not survive it. Just simply because, well, let's say this enemy physical Broly super attacks. So while Janemba takes the hit and he survives, then Broly has to take damage, and then Broly may or may not survive. Then after the fact, Cooler would have to take a an attack, and he definitely won't survive. But, alright, let's see here. And I'm going to target that Broly because I'm pretty sure it's going to survive anyway. Yeah, I remember during that initial grind, that Janemba would have actually taken out that Broly. I don't think that Broly went down. No way. Oh, it actually did. Alright. I'm certainly hoping that we start seeing more like actual like bonus enemies here. Those would be nice. And yes, like I said, I certainly don't mind restoring my stamina for this. Oh, look at that, a bonus stage. Okay, good. So now I feel a little bit better about using a Broly with only one dupe. Because I kind of cringed at that myself a little bit. And so now this will be a nice easy wash here. But I wonder if, maybe we'll see some new bonus enemies here. Because I think, yeah, like I said, the last ones that they added were like the LR. And I think like the Great Apes as well. But I hope, they could maybe, add a couple more bonus ones. Those would be nice. And again, I don't want to expend my 100% Rainbow Friends there. I think those will probably be when we hit the 30 time stage. Alright, here we go. Huh, okay. Let's do this. So the risk I'm taking here is that physical Broly doesn't super attack, thank goodness. And so I'm definitely going to target this Broly, just to make sure that, yep, it gets taken out. So, although I think that Turles may have survived. Yep. But this is why I'm glad to have this LR STR Broly, because he'll get that second super attack to get the job done. So there that goes. And so I know earlier I mentioned that the STR Fat Boo is also, I guess, a unit that a lot of people like to use. I think I tried him out maybe once or twice, but I guess I wasn't like blown away with his performance, so I think I kind of just decided not to use, not to further use him. Oof, okay, so let's see if we can work something out here. Okay, and then if we add 3 to that. Okay, good. So this worked out in our favor. Yeah, just want to make sure that we give everyone a super attack, mainly the Broly. Because Broly, for the most part, should be able to take care of the stage. Hopefully. Yeah, it's the key. Oh no, looks like that AGL Broly survived. And I think that, yeah, we have a couple survivors, but this hopefully should take care of it. Wow, Incel survived. Interesting. But I guess because his stats are actually pretty strong, that's kind of why he's able to survive. Alright, get some more rewards. And at the end of the tournament, I will definitely be doing a summoning video with the tickets. So I'll be on the lookout for that. Alright, here we go. So now, the grind starts getting a little more serious. So I'm going to start using a 90%. Okay, once again, got to be very, very careful where I tread. Okay. Alright, so I'm definitely going to go after this enemy here. Oh, well. Let's see. Is that enough? Okay. Even then, I'm still taking a risk there. But I'm hoping it pays off. Okay, because now your attack should be beefed up, so hopefully... Yeah, I think... Okay, that is mine. I was scared that was an enemy attack for some reason, but... Yeah, took care of... And... Okay, good. Because, yeah, now things start, really... getting serious here. So yeah, these rounds you'll see me take a lot of precaution, and yeah, we'll just let's do this. Yeah, you'll see me take a lot of precaution, well, with the exception of maybe this turn, but I think we'll be fine. Yeah, we're fine. But I think this... Oh, good. Okay, because anytime I see a critical, I smile a little bit. And alright, so now what does your setup look like? Okay, not much different. Okay, so yeah, see, here's the most ideal rotation. So now I targeted the wrong person. That's alright though. Okay. So, count on this Janemba to be able to eat some super attacks. Oh boy. Yeah, I think that STR Broly's still going to survive this attack. I should have targeted him first. Yeah. But I think... Oh, never mind. Well, that was a relief. Alright. Yeah, the prelims always kind of concern me. It's usually the prelims and the finals that have me the most concerned, because I think those two stages have the highest chance of getting hit with a super attack. But that's not to say that it won't happen here as well, because I think in the last tournament, the last time that happened was in the in-between rounds. Alright, so let's do this. Alright, and I think this should work out just fine. So I think this Broly's going to take out most of the field with the exception of STR Broly, and then Frieza will come in and clean that up. Yeah, wow, I think that STR Broly still has a lot of HP left. Okay, yeah, he's got almost half. Yeah, that's crazy. So, yeah, as you guys are saying, looks like the enemy attacks are real. So, or the enemy stats are real, I should say. And Semi. Alright. Yeah. Still just waiting for more bonus stages. Oh, you didn't need it. I was hoping the STR one would get it, but it's fine. It looks like we're getting an ideal rotation. Again, with the shield. and a sword. Alright, and then, whoa, that's way too much. Yeah, let's just do this. And then Turles, I want you to target yourself. Alright, so need this Frieza to soften things up a bit. And by a bit, he did a lot. So that's good. So now this Broly should be able to do some work here. Yeah, I knew that Turles would survive. Now, it could be one of those things too where sometimes the AGL units like a Majin Vegeta or an LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku can survive that second attack as well, especially on the 30 times difficulty. So it's just one of those things to keep in mind. Alright. Let's use a 90. Again, the finals always scare me. I got slightly excited because I thought that it was some form of God Rush, even though Beerus, I believe, is usually the leader of that, but that's alright. And now, here we go with this game of cat and mouse. And there. Okay, so this is a risky situation. But I'm gonna target this Broly, and I'm gonna hope that this this works out in our favor. So let's take a look. Okay. Yeah, I always am worried about that STR Broly launching an attack on everything. But I think we should be in the clear. Although I'm not sure, maybe that LR Cell, yep, look at him, just a sliver of health. Just stuck in there. But, alright, got him out of there. And so now is the most, interesting part. So now we're gonna do one more rotation on the full difficulty right after these rewards. Alright, so let's go ahead, go back in, and here we go. The highest difficulty. Bam, maxed out. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna start using Rainbow Broly's because I'm pretty sure everyone else's Broly's rainbowed as well. Alright, so thankfully it's a big field. We're able, oof. Okay, I'm gonna try to divert him, yep, to come my way, because I didn't want to go into the enemy. Oh, wow, okay. So that is risky here, because it's one thing to have those two enemies up there. It's a whole different thing knowing that they're attack on everything units. I don't like that that risk. So we're just not gonna do it. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know what? Yeah, let me just make sure that Broly can get a super there. Just because I feel like we're definitely at a point now where this may not be a one-turn affair, but I just, hopefully, if I can, just keep it within one turn. I definitely would like to do that. Never mind. Okay, it looks like it's just done in one turn. Okay. Alright, I'm just always very relieved to be able to isolate these units. Okay. So, for the type advantage, let's do this. And I don't mind taking a hit from Goku Black, but I do mind taking a hit from you. So let's do that, and let's do that. So now, yeah, you guys are starting to see, like, the necessities of having to try to figure things out here. Especially when, your rotations don't even, like, come out the right way. But being able to recoup from that feels pretty good. Alright, so always going to put the rainbow first. And there we go. Alright, and then that clears that. Okay. And where are you? Okay. Of course. So now, hopefully it starts coming. Oh yeah, you're gonna start coming my way. Okay, good. Be lying if I didn't have any self-doubt. Okay. Let's go for it. We're doing it. I can't believe we are, but we are. Even though, oh god. Yeah, I'm really just stepping in and out. Yeah, even though I said earlier that, that AGL units, well, maybe not this one, but AGL units could survive the double super attacks. Usually the AGL, oh, he did. Usually the AGL LR androids, Majin Vegeta, Super Saiyan 4 Goku, can actually survive both of those super attacks, and then that's when I'm in danger. But got through that. It's a little nerve-wracking, but we managed. Get some more Dragon Stones. We take those for sure. Oh, we got another bonus stage, which is good. So it's a nice little breather from that stress that was the preliminary round. Alright, so you know what, I am gonna just put him there. Actually, yeah, just do this, and there we go. Alright, so shouldn't even be too bad really, but yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a bonus stage enemy like ever do any serious damage. If it's happened to you, let me know, but I just don't think I've ever seen it happen. I think I may have had a bonus stage where it was like the one of the world tournament teams, like the ones we saw earlier with Jackie Chun in the lead, and I think I had a Goku maybe launch a super, but I don't think it did much. I could be wrong, but I feel like that happened. But anyway, this that was then. This is now, and right now we're just trying to beat the beat this thing. Okay, so now let's see the hand. Okay. So yeah, anytime I see 2 AoE attack on everything units there, we just won't deal with it. We don't. We're just not. We're not doing it. We were just gonna Ghost Usher and go about our business. I wish that one was. Of course, it's the one that matters is not a critical. All right, but hopefully this Turles should wrap it up. Yeah. All right. Now I think next round. Yeah, next round will be the final. So the most nerve-wracking of them all. And then of course, from here on out, it just stays this difficult. And yeah, just always, got to be mindful of making sure you don't get hit by a super attack. It's just always one of those very stressful things. And let's see. All right, so I don't have. Okay. Yeah, this is a little unsettling here. Yeah, let's just target him. Yep, that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna continue to target you. And let's see how this plays out. Okay. Whoa. Sorry about that. That was weird. Thankfully, this is still recording, but yeah, what a weird conclusion to this video. All right, yeah, let's run it back. Okay. Yes. All right. So yeah, sorry about that glitch. Can't really explain that one. That Broly really survived. Yep. But yeah, see now, like everyone, like the stats are significantly high for the enemies. So you just really have to be mindful of that. Of course. And we're not gonna do it. Nope. No regulars, no super, none of that. No, we're just gonna run through this thing now. I wish I didn't have to use a Ghost Usher, but I think that's it looks like that rotation and enemy attacks forced my hand. And yeah, that Omega Shenron, of course, survived that. And there we have it, people. Got through all of the stages of the World Tournament. If you made it this far, be sure to like the video if you enjoyed this. Leave a comment. Let me know what you guys thought of this grind, and as far as my strategies and things like that. Appreciate you guys for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.